Good morning, friends. Stephen Benoon here with Israeli News Live, and also a shout out to my good friend John Moore. We did not have phone services because of these outages here. Did not expect it to return this morning, but it looks like we do have it back. This is something, though, guys, that Deborah Tavares, who has been on with us here on Israeli News Live in several interviews, that we shared with you this was coming, that you would have phone outages. And yes, no doubt why the areas that happened: New York, Florida, Georgia, Texas, California as well, we see. But if you think about it, I shared with you as well from our own sources there that there were targeted states for, well, yeah, how else could I say it? Just like I said it before there, they were for dealing with the undesirables. New York was one of those. South Florida, notice the panhandle of Florida is not part of the outage. Texas was another one. Now, we didn't discuss California when I spoke with my source there, but yeah, these other areas, yes. Next thing on the agenda, though, is the electric grid is going to go down. So listen, these are part of those 16 scenarios that are going to happen across the country here. Coronavirus, riots, now cell phones gone down. Next will be electric grid will be coming up, one of the next big major things as well. So wanted to update you. We're having to take care of some things right now, so we're in and out and about, so not able to produce quite the quality that we do from our studio there. So also another issue there I wanted to share with you guys that's going on is article that came out as well. Jewish settlers destroy solar panels, pillage homes in a West Bank village. This is more like some of the very destitute villages there in the West Bank there. A lot of these communities over there, like the Druze, but these are not Druze here. These are just like old sheep herders, you might say, but it's actually goats that these people raise here. Their places were attacked by the villagers, and they stole their batteries, things like that. And it's just really sad to see these things happening. And this is happening because the settlers that are living in the West Bank know that Netanyahu is about to annex certain areas. And so they're just going ahead and taking advantage of attacking and looting these people, which is completely wrong. This is just absurd that this is happening. I used to say that it would be better that there'd be a one-state solution instead of a two-state, but my thought was always that there would be equality in a one-state. And of course, this is what the government is more pushing for anyway as a one-state solution, but it's not with equality. It's only a Jewish state, which would effectively make all Palestinians that even have Israeli citizenship, they would become non-citizens of no man's land, so to speak. I go back to the times, when Jesus was here, and you can't help but when you see these type things here, this is, it's just evil. Let me just put it that way. I'm not even going to go into that issue right now. It's just flat out evil. The UN rights experts condemn Israel's annexation plan and U.S. support of that. The article that just came out here June 16th about that as well. So UN human rights experts said on Tuesday that Israel's plan to annex significant parts of the occupied West Bank would violate international law, banning the taking of territory by force, and urged other countries to actively oppose it. A joint statement signed by nearly 50 independent experts also voiced dismay at the U.S. support for Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's unlawful plan to extend sovereignty, de facto annexation of the land that the Palestinians seek for a state. The annexation of the occupied territory is a serious violation of the Charter of the United Nations and Geneva Conventions, and contrary to the fundamental rule affirmed many times by the United Nations Security Council. But, I don't think they really care. That's the whole point. Also, there was and I don't know if I have this up here or not, there was a 5.2 magnitude earthquake felt in Eilat, which is the southern tip of Israel. So that's another thing that's going on there. Don't have any more information on that. That just happened just a few minutes ago. At any rate, I am Stephen Benoon. You're watching Israeli News Live. Thank you for joining us today. And Listen, pray for one another. That we are living a very serious times, friends, very, very serious times, and we need to make sure that our souls are checked up, that we truly, truly, truly have a very sincere relationship with Jesus Christ, because a lot of things are going to happen in the not so distant future. And I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but there's going to be a lot of bad things happening here in America. We're going to see changes like you could never possibly imagine. I've even been told because of those changes, you will see life as if you were living in the 1700s. So think about those things, and we appreciate you. God bless you, and thank you for listening. I'm Stephen Brennan with Israeli News Live.